Hello and welcome back to the Willie Morgan Show with Manchester United icon Willie Morgan. It's been a while since we recorded due to the summer break in football, although one of the results that we have to talk about and celebrate, I suppose, it being a Manchester United orientated show is the fact that since the last time we spoke, Willie, Liverpool lost the Champions League final to Real Madrid. I bet you enjoyed that night.
I did. I'm not going to lie, of course I did. Although, you know, I've got so many friends who are why the Liverpool supporters, I don't know, but they are. And I did feel sorry for them. But personally, obviously, I wanted Madrid. And I don't like Madrid either. You know, I prefer Barcelona, as you know. But the lesser of two evils. So, and then, of course, we give them a good hiding, you know, down at Thailand.
Yes.
Give them a good hiding. So it looks like promising signs this year. I mean, what, again, like the German, I don't really know too much about this lad, but the first thing he did when he came in was get rid of the German overnight. Go, I don't want you here. And I think that's brilliant. It shows that he's his own man, and I rate that very highly. So the very first thing he did, 100%, let's hope he carries on. Then, of course, we know Pogba's gone, and the only thing is a little bit Ronaldo. You don't want it to stay go. I mean, don't all this and all that, and well, I'm not going for personal, family reason. Rubbish. He wants away. Get rid of him. If you don't want to stay, get rid of him. I mean, I'd love him to stay because I think the team will do all right next year. I think Eriksen's a great buy. And in fact, Pogba and Matic. In fact, Matic is in my garden. He's next to the three trees I've got. I've got 4 trees now.
A permanent move?
Yeah, they don't move. No, they never move. But no, he seems to know what he's doing. And I said, first signs are very, very good. So I hope. You just never know. You know, there's not a lot to beat. I mean, Liverpool, they won 2 cups last year, both on penalties. They're not great. City, they were lucky to win the league in the end. They're not great. They're just consistent. And if this guy can bring that to the club, and I think he will. I think the fact they said that he got rid of the German overnight, so I don't want him here, speaks volumes for me. So, well, and also, just hello, Callum. You know, we've not said hello to all the people. I don't know what you've been doing all summer, all the listeners and the viewers. Hopefully you're having a nice summer, in spite of all the crazy world that we're living in. Hopefully you're all enjoying this little bit of good weather. So, as always, take care of yourself. Don't get sunburned.
The last time probably on this show we'll mention Paul Pogba. Obviously, he's now went back to Juventus. That's twice in his career. He's left Manchester United to join them on a free transfer. He filmed a documentary, Willie, and Manchester United offered him £390,000 a week, apparently, to which Pogba responded it was a nothing offer. That sums up that he's better out the club if that's a nothing offer to someone.
I want to know who offered him it, because he's obviously an idiot. Whoever offered him 90 quid a week is still an idiot. He's devoid of talent. He's useless, absolutely useless. He's a show pony. He honestly, best thing ever happened getting rid of him. The worst thing ever happened is bringing him back. Mourinho, tell you what, I don't know where you are, pal, but you haven't got a clue what you're doing. So, no, I wouldn't pay him 9 quid a week. Did I say 90? That's way too much. 9 quid a week, and I still wouldn't pay him that. He's where he should be, away. I don't care where he's gone. I know he's back in Italy, but good luck to them. He's doing nothing. He's just a pain in the backside. I'm so delighted. Well, you know what we've talked about over the last 2 years. He's dreadful. No, I'm delighted, absolutely delighted. I can't wait for the season. I think it's going to be okay. For me, there's no comparison. Pogba, Eriksen in a different league as a player to Pogba. Different league. So let's hope. Let's hope we can turn in good performances, Callum.
Just on pre-season, what was pre-season like when you were back playing? Was it a lot of running that was traditional then, or did you get the ball out and have a chance to play some football as well?
Pre-season was the most dreaded part of any footballer's life, especially in my day. You never saw a ball for 2 weeks. All you did was run, weights, run. It was, you couldn't, the pain in your legs was unbelievable. The only nice thing about pre-season, when we used to go on a pre-season tour and play the matches, and because no matter how hard you train, people have asked us before, if you train really hard, you'll be super fit and no, you won't. The only thing that makes you fit is playing games. Really. It's the greatest fitness thing known to man, playing matches. So the pre-season matches were very, very important, because that's when you went through the pain and then you went through being match fit. So then we enjoyed the pre-season. It was a little bit, obviously post-season was fun. Find all the nightclubs and have a good time while you're on tour. Pre-season is not quite like that, but it's still fun. And we enjoyed it. And, they've had 3 wins in a row. So he's doing all right. And I know it's not, it's not where it matters. But still, beating Liverpool 4-0 was wonderful.
And I think you made a good point when you mentioned Ralph Rangnick earlier, the fact that Erik ten Hag came in and said, look, I don't need your support. I'm my own man. I'm going to do it my way. And I think that's the thing that we've needed at United for a couple of years. You need to be able to have a manager or a coach come in and try and fail or succeed on their own terms rather than trying to please everybody else. Because when Ollie was there, he was kind of answering to Sir Alex. At times, Ferguson was coming out and saying things. Ollie was having to juggle that in the press. Rangnick had the situation where he was only there for 6 months. So did anyone really take him seriously? Whereas at least Ten Hag has made it clear from the start, it's on me.
Well, there's several things you mentioned there. First of all, Alex should be seen and not heard. We've spoken about this before. Keep your nose out. Got nothing to do with you now. You want to go and watch a match, go and watch a match. Keep your mouth shut. Because it's diabolical to comment on any other manager. Diabolical. Matt Busby never commented on any manager. Never. You don't do that. He does what he does anyway. But I keep coming back to, who appointed Ralph? Redneck? Who appointed him? I want to know who appointed him. He's the one that should be gone first. The joke. And the guy's right. Why does he? He's useless. Why would you want him anyway? He's absolutely useless. What a waste of time and money bringing him here in the first place. It was crazy. And I said before, I think what he's done, brilliant. And I don't think Alex will be commenting on Erik somehow. Or I think Erik might have something to say. And let him get on with the job. You bring him here, say you've got whatever, 3 years, 5 years, however long, and leave him alone and let him get on with it. He's not going to do it overnight. It's impossible. He's taken over the biggest load of ragamuffins known to man. And hopefully he can bring them all together and bring people in to gel with what's already there. I've noticed that Martial has scored 4 goals on pre-season now. And then you go back to him. The other man, they played him on the left wing. He's a striker. And why? You can't blame the lad. He's a striker. He's not providing chances and provide for other people. He wants someone to do that for him. And I presume, and again, I don't know, Callum, that Eric is playing as a striker.
Yeah,
and
so
not-
far.
Is he? I don't. Okay, I don't know that, but it has to be, because that's when he came in the first place. He came as a striker, and then they played him on the wing, and he's not a winger, and it made him look really bad, and he did look bad. And of course, the longer you do that, your confidence goes, everything goes. So, yeah, we're scoring goals, we're winning matches. Ronaldo's not there. Have we missed him? Not at the moment. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think Ronaldo will go. I think he'll go. And let's get on with what we've got. Even Rashford's looking better again, getting back to his old self. And you know, it's not a bad strike force. Rashford, Martial playing up front. See, I would play 4-2-4. Or I play 3-3-4. But just attack. I want to attack. And I get people in the team that will attack. People that will beat people that create chances. We've got people who take chances, but you have to provide the ball for them. So I mean, the guy obviously knows what's wrong. Obviously. I think everyone in the world knows what's wrong with Man United. So he's come here with his eyes open. It's not like he's coming in blind and saying, "Oh, well, I didn't know and I've not got." He's come with his eyes open. And I'm sure he has all the plans in the world to, and you'll either play for him or you won't play for him. I don't think he'll mess around. And I'm looking forward to him. I wish him all the best. I hope I think he'll do very well. And I think we'll do a lot better than people think. But it's 3 to 5 year plan to get back to being the major team in the country, I think.
The one thing I want to mention, obviously we've talked about Harry Maguire and whether he should be at the club or whether he should be captain.
Sorry.
Harry Maguire.
You know what I think? I don't want to go on about it. You know what I think of him? He's a joke. What he's doing at Man United, no one knows. In fact, what he's doing playing professional football, no one knows. The lad at Liverpool, it must be the happiest day in his life when Maguire came to the fore. You know, I'm talking about Henderson, but he was the worst. Maguire's got that. He's there now. He's on the pedestal. I wish it was different. You know, the Man United players, you want them to do great. You want the club to do great. But he's not. I mean, when do you say enough's enough? He's destroying us. And he's destroying the people playing with him. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Again, I'm sure Eric knows exactly what the situation is and what people think and about Maguire. Then it's up to him. You never know. He might turn them into. I nearly said a player then.
Some of the
slightly better would be good.
Some of the fans in Australia booed him during the game against Crystal Palace. Is that something that you think they should have done, or do you think there's a time and a place?
No. Listen, no one tries to play bad. He's just not got any. If you want to boo someone, boo the guy that's putting him in the team. Don't boo the player. He's doing his best. He's still got a Man United shirt on, and he still wants to do his best. Obviously, the fact that it's not very good. But you don't. No, not for me. You don't boo them. Any player. It's hard. He's doing his best, right or wrong. He's doing his best. So it's up to the manager. Let the manager sort it out. But no, I think it's wrong.
You obviously said you think Ronaldo will leave, and I think a lot of people now think that. You said that on one of the shows towards the end of last season as well. You're probably one of the first to call the fact that you felt he would go in the summer. If he could be convinced to stay, would you rather get one more season out of him or do you think it's best to move an unhappy player on?
No. Why would you have to convince somebody to stay at Man United? Behave. You have to convince anyone to stay at Man United. You don't want to stay here? Your feet would, if it was Busby, his feet wouldn't touch the ground. His feet would have been gone ages ago. You don't, what are you talking about? It's crazy. Absolutely crazy. You don't want to play for Man United? Get out of here then. That's okay. And, you know, you have to look at why. And he's 36, 37. He's nearly at the end. You know, he's not that long ago. So he wants to be in a team with people providing chances for him, because he will score goals. But people have to provide the chances for him. And unfortunately, Man United have not been doing that. So I understand why he would go. That's not in question. And I have no problem with that. It comes in, if I was a manager, he'd come in and say, Willie, you know, I'm at the end of the career. I want to be in a team that's going to be winning or have a chance of winning the European Cup or whatever, and create chances for me. And it's not happening. I say, well, okay, I understand that. On your way, that's okay. But don't, well, I'm not sure, don't, you know, all this thing, and his agents say, well, he's not happy and he wants to go. Okay, just go. But you don't convince him? You must be joking. It doesn't work like that, Callum. Any club, I don't care which club it is. You know, you can imagine Pep, the guy saying, well, I'm not sure whether I want to stay here next year. Oh, okay, bye-bye. You'd be gone. You'd be gone in an instant. I'll think about, oh, I'm not sure. Oh, no, that's all wrong. And using the press as they do, it's the agents using the press, is, for me, all just not right. If he wants to go, yeah, good luck to him. Good luck wherever he goes. He's been great for us. But don't start saying, no, you're not sure where you want to stay here, or you're not sure. Just say you want to go and go.
Lots of questions, as always, from our listeners. First one's from John. Did you watch any of the Open Championship? And if so, did you feel sorry for Rory McIlroy not winning?
John, I did. I had two. I wanted, obviously, Rory. I thought that when he was joint leader going to the final day, that he would go on and win it, because he's been there, he's done it. And then when he went too clear, I thought, well, it's all over. I mean, where this guy came from, I don't know. Unreal what he did. And it doesn't even look like a golfer. He doesn't. You know, if you looked at him, look at McIlroy, you say, yeah, well, McIlroy wiped the floor with him. No, I wanted Rory to win, or Tommy. He did great. I mean, come right through the field, little Tom. But you know, you've got to put your hand up, and I mean, the other lad, the other Cameron, the Yank, to eagle the last, and still not win. I gutted as that. That's even worse. Rory did his best. He just nothing. He just couldn't get the ball in the hole. Just putts wouldn't drop for him. That's all. Played great golf, but I wanted him to win. Yeah, big time. I like Rory.
In terms of Cameron Smith, obviously, who won the tournament, I think it was 4 birdies in a row he got from the 8th through to the 12th. What's your record for number of birdies in a row? Have you got a similar record?
I've had 4 birdies in a row. Yeah, not too often. Not too often. I've also had 4 double bogeys in a row, or more. Yeah, I've had 4 birdies in a row, quite a few times. But you know, golf it's the craziest game on the planet. It's a crazy game. Does your head in. I felt so sorry for Rory. You know, I really did think he would win it. Anyway, Rory, never mind, pal. We'll do well next year. You know, he's a great red, big red.
He is.
He started his golf here at the Mere, where I play, with Chubby Chandler. So his office was at the Mere. That's where he started his little business. Dan Clark, we've got quite a few, Rory, entail, quite a few lads, and they all played at the Mere. That's where they started. So he'll be back. And you know what? He's playing better golf now than he's done for a long time.
That's true.
He's had major problems with his putting, Rory. And he's back. He's putting, got it back again. He'll win again. He'll win again.
Tiger Woods was quite emotional because he thinks he might never have the chance to play at St Andrews in an Open Championship again. One of the greats of the game. How sad is it that he just doesn't seem to be able to play physically anymore because of the injuries he's had?
One of the greats, I think, for me and many others, he is the greatest that ever played, including Nicholas. My heroes, Arnold Palmer. I love Palmer. It was very emotional. The fact that he came and played, and obviously not at his best. The fact he's still alive is unbelievable, and he can even do that. His reception was phenomenal, and that will stay with him for the rest of his life. It's just as important as winning. So
absolutely.
I think he's as a golfer, it's going to be difficult for him to win again because just too many injuries.
We've got another golf question from Jim the Wanderer, and it's about your golfing game. He says, Willie, do you still play golf right-handed but hold the club left-handed?
Yeah, Jim, it's called cat-handed. Or as Arnold Palmer said when I went to play with him, what is that? What are you doing? That's true. It's just the way I picked it. I think they play hurling like that in Ireland, cat-handed. Just the way I picked the club up, Jim, right at the beginning. And I've tried, there's quite a lot of others. Graham Souness is cat-handed. Jerry Daly, Wayne Rooney is cat-handed. But Graham changed when he was in Florida. He got some pro changed him to the normal way. This is after not so long ago. Yeah, there's one or two. It's horrible to look at. It looks like a jar of worms from sweet. Don't want to look at you. I thought it was really smooth. Apparently not, Callum. So, Jim, yeah, I'm still playing cat-handed. Still playing off 7.8, so not too bad. Mind you, I'm nearly 39 now, so obviously I'm getting on a little bit in life. Oh, Carl, I'm nodding your head there.
I'm nodding, I'm agreeing with you.
Yes, I'm still doing it, Jim. Unfortunately, for all the people I play with, they just turn away when I'm swinging anyway. In fact, next time Tommy's home, Tommy Fleetwood, we're going to have a game together. I met him at Mere not so long ago. And his wife went to school with my daughter. Wow. And so he was saying, next time I'm back, can we have a game, bit of dinner. So God knows what he'll make of the swing. It might turn him going. So anyway, I'll keep you in touch, Jim. We'll let you know.
Two questions from our good friend Otterman, who always supports the show. First one, was there ever a player that you played with or against who you thought was going to be a great player, but for whatever reason, it just didn't happen for them?
Oh, Derek. Otterman, otherwise known as Derek. There was going to be a great player. Not really. The one player that should have been, and I mentioned it before, people ask me, who's the best player you ever played with? There was a lad called Brian O'Neill, and he was a right half. And most of the people listening to the show or watching the show won't know what that is, Callum, including you probably.
Yeah.
Brian was a right half. He played behind me. I was in the wing, and he used to feed me all day long. And he was a fantastic player. And never really got, as far as playing for England or anything like that. Didn't happen. He should have been one of the greats for me because he was great. He was just a super player. So yes, that would be my one person that should have gone on. He actually ended up going to Southampton from Burnley. Well, you know, it was a good life, but he should have been great.
The last main question comes from Gary Wood, another Bolton Wanderers fan. He says, being a Super Whites fan, it's a bit hard for me to bring up your career at United, although you were great. In my biased opinion, you were even greater at the home of the legends at Burnden Park. Yourself and Peter Thompson on either wing. Do you still remember the goal versus Arsenal on a lashing down Monday night? One of my favourites.
You know, Gary, I must tell you, in spite of all the things that I'd done before that, my 4 years at Bolton were fabulous. Ian Greaves was different class, both as a person and a manager. Absolutely different class. And all the people surrounding the club, it was just fabulous. And yeah, Tomo was on the left wing, I was on the right wing. I don't remember that goal. I'll tell you what, though, I remember Frank's goal when he flicked it over. He was facing his back to the goals, and he flicked it over his head and scored. One of the great goals. I think it was Ipswich at Burden Park we were playing then. In fact, it was better at Burden Park. I love, you know, I know the new places, yeah, all singing, all dancing, but Burden Park was great. And the Warbies, you know, the whole thing about Bolton, Gary, the Warburtons were great. Derek and George, great family. And of course, that's where I met and became very, very good friends with Nat Lofthouse, the old Lion of Vienna. Eh? He was a lovely guy. And he said, I wish I had been playing now. I would have scored 200 goals a season, just putting head new crosses in. And he would. So yeah, you know, Bolton was a great time for me. I loved it. I don't know what I've mentioned on the show before. I don't know if it's ever come up, Gary, but there was one stage, and I'll be wrong, 80s or when they were selling the controlling interest, and little Bolly, myself, and Frank Worthington tried to buy it. And I think it was a guy called Knight, I think it was Knight. I think he was in security or something. He actually got it in the end. So we tried to buy the club because I loved it so much. And if we'd have got the club, not buy the whole club, buy the controlling interest. And anyway, it didn't happen. But it'd been great. Me, Bolly, and Frank. No one manager, just three of us. There wouldn't have been a manager in the thing, just all three of us picking the team, getting the players. We would have made Bolton great. Anyway, it didn't happen. You got me going here, Gary. You got me reminiscing, man. And I still look out for, for the results. It was sad in the end what they did with Ian Greaves. It was sad what they did with him, but it was a great club. I don't know. I presume the Warburton, George and Derek could be retired now. I know that I think Derek went out to live in Blackpool. Both good golfers, by the way. Both super golfers. Both George and Derek, brothers, Callum. And the bread wasn't too bad either.
It still is. Brilliant. As always, the time just flies in. So many questions, mostly on Bolton this week, which is a nice change for us. People obviously will be on their holidays, etc. at the moment, but the show will be back up and running, obviously, as we are now for the new season. The first game for Manchester United is at home to Brighton. That's on the 7th of August, so still a wee bit of time before the football properly kicks off, but plenty of chat before then. And as always, Willie, thank you so much. Anything you'd like to say before we go?
Yeah, as always, wherever you are, Take care of yourself in this crazy world, and may your God go with you.
Absolutely. Until next time, take care.